So I want to talk real quick about how the back to school season can really affect the nervous system for kids, because I feel like a lot of parents, when school got out, at the beginning of summer, they told me that it seems like their kids are a bit more dysregulated than usual, which makes sense if you know how the nervous system works and how a child's nervous system works. So that same thing is going to happen most likely once they go back to school. And so the transition to summer to school can be quite stressful for the whole family, not just for the kids, but especially for the kids. So this is a stressful time because it is a transition. It's a change, right? They're changing their schedule. They're going into the unknown, so to speak. They don't really know what to expect. Yeah, they might know who their teacher is. Yeah, they might know who is in their class, but there's still a lot of unknowns, right? There's a lot of unknowns between school buses or, lunchtime and, all sorts of things. So we want to make sure that they have a fully functioning and adaptable nervous system when it comes to going back to school. Um, if you think about stress and how it works, what does it do? Stress puts us in fight or flight mode, right? It puts us into that protective survival state. Even the kids that enjoy school, that are looking forward to going back to school, it's stressful for them too. And, I guess an example of that would be go to an amusement park, right? And you're going to get on a ride or a roller coaster. That can be exciting and stressful, right? You can be a little scared and nervous and excited to get on the roller coaster. So it's kind of the same thing. Even if kids enjoy school or they're looking forward to school, it's still stressful on their nervous system, which will put them in a state of fight or flight mode, right? So where does chiropractic come into that? Well, adjustments help the nervous system adapt. When we make adjustments, everybody thinks of the spine, but that's really not the core issue. The core issue is the nervous system, right? There are spinal nerves that come out of the spine. That's what we're focused on. We're trying to improve the function of those nerves and of the nervous system overall. So when we make an adjustment, we are improving or reducing or fixing, if you want to use that word. I don't like the F word sometimes, but sometimes we're fixing misalignments or fixations or restrictions or something like that within the nervous system, right? And we're doing that at the spinal nerve level. So when you make that adjustment, you are restoring range of motion. You're restoring proper mobility to that joint, which relieves and removes the stress from the nerve. Okay. And then whatever that nerve does downstream, that thing will work better. And for a lot of kids, it's just an overall nervous system dysregulation, right? So a lot of this is the vagus nerve, which we would address that usually in the upper neck because that's where the vagus nerve passes through on its way down to our heart and digestive organs and so on. So the best thing to do, especially around back to school season, is get your kids in, get them adjusted. And we have 3 scans that we use in order to assess how stressed the nervous system is, right? And so these scans are vitally important so that I can determine where that stress is stuck in the nervous system, and that way we can remove it. I know we've been talking about kids, but back to school can be stressful for everybody, for the whole family, including mom and dad, and as kids are more dysregulated around these transition times, it's important to make sure mom and dad are being as patient and as regulated as they can be. So it's really a whole family affair, and really the whole family, that means you too, should get scanned and adjusted and get some regular care. Okay, so at Dale Family Chiropractic, give us a call if this sounds like something that you might be needing in your family. Okay, and we'll catch you guys later.